So the name Bhukkad Cafe came from there.
So yeah, that's an interesting story also. So right from the beginning, when we conceptualized the idea of having a brand, from day one, we knew that we didn't want to have a one outlet restaurant. We wanted to build a big franchise brand. So the name was chosen in a certain way with a certain thought in mind. And Bhukkad in Hindi means somebody who's always hungry, right?
Correct.
And that can relate to anything that you do in life. It's not just hungry for food, but it's also hungry for knowledge.
So who's the
Hungry for
Bhukkad from both of you guys?
both
So
of
both of us,
we love food.
So we plan our day one meal at a time. So.
Okay. And then?
So hungry for knowledge, and whenever you come into our outlets, you'll see that the walls are kind of, a little bit unfinished.
Yes.
Because there's always scope of learning, scope of, knowing new things.
That's
and
not nostalgic
Yes.
feel.
Yes. So that's how we started the brand.
I mean, even when I picked up your Karak Chai glass, I mean, the weight of the glass actually is more like a time traveler.
Yeah.
And it took me back and said, "Yaar, ye to cutting chai hai."
So the idea is to sort of, deliver that nostalgia that people miss back over here. I think so majority of the people over here are expats.
Correct.
All right, and Indian expats or desi expats, is a big chunk of the population over here. So, they also miss home somewhere or the other. So Bhukkad is sort of your, connect back to India in different formats. We have street food from different parts of India.
Yeah.
So it's not just Bombay. We do Delhi, we do Calcutta, we do Punjab. So we do try to, sort of encompass as much of Indian street food as we can. And we constantly innovate. So she's the brain behind all the innovations that come for the brand. And we constantly innovate and, try to add as many dishes.
So you're the
and varied
creative
dishes.
person. We are
both are
handpicking those
we both are very
street
very,
dishes, yeah?
Yeah, we both are very, very creative in that sense. But when it comes to food, what I want to do is I want to take all the street food classics and convert it into today's modern day age that can be palatable, that can also be viral on social media because, of course, social media, Instagram is very, very relevant. So we need to appease to the younger crowd as well, but at the same time keep those classics and classic flavors going together.
Yeah, I mean, when you consume this food, you see it's a soul eating food,
Yeah.
In fact, it takes you back in time and says, "Yaar, ye to I used to eat this sandwich with
Exactly.
this X person
Well,
or Y
that's
person,"
the
and it
plan.
takes you.
That's
That's
always the
exactly
plan.
what we
Exactly
intend
we
to
set out.
achieve.
It relates, and these places also help us to invite friends. Come here, let's go for a chai or let's go for a breakfast.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the Bhukkad Cafe, we're not just about food. So we're also about community. So, food is just the way we monetize the business, but, we also want to get people together, have people come down for meetups, have their meetings in one of our cafes. We get a lot of ladies that inquire for kitty parties. People want to host their birthdays and events at our venues. So that's the idea. We host a lot of workshops. We do stand-up comedy. We do live music. So the idea is to sort of get people through the door for multiple reasons, and not just the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you see now, the growing trend is that, employment is getting more social.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
social life or social places are are used for employment.
Correct.
So, I mean, both are intertwined, And if you see somewhere that trend is growing, especially with the new, even in Plan My Firm, in the co-working places, we give that coffee culture as well, along with the work experience.
Right.
I think it goes in hands in gloves. I think if you go to see most of these brands like Starbucks have encashed on those meeting spots, and yet give those cuisines that are palatable during the meeting.
Because we have to understand that it's not B2B or B2C anymore. It's
Correct.
human to human. Right?
Exactly.
We need to build those connections, and those connections will come back and help you out and help you grow your business and also the quality of your life. I just want to give a small example. Recently, we revamped our Karama outlet. That's been 7 years. So in 7 years, we never changed the decor and everything. And now that our brand has evolved, we wanted to sort of give it a fresh look and feel. And an entire team of artists, local artists that are here in Dubai, they all came down and they painted small bits and pieces of designs on the walls, which is going to be like etched forever in the Bhukkad walls. So that kind of community activity is what we promote in all of our locations, and they're all very free to come down and explore their creativity at our outlets.